Blacktastic forever. Hello, and welcome to another episode of My Point of View Movie Reviews. Today is a retro about a movie made in 1982 called Penitentiary 2. Before I go into more detail about the movie, let's rewind it back a little bit and do a little brief history lesson of blaxploitation movies. For every popular movie that's ever been made, there's a black version of it. The Wizard of Oz, The Wiz. You have Dracula, we got Blackula. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, we got Dr. Black and Mr. Hyde. We got the Rocky series, well, we got the Penitentiary series. I kid you not. Back in the late 60s and 70s, Hollywood was not dishing out money to black directors, black filmmakers at all. Small independent studios, no-name directors at the time came together to make these blaxploitation movies. We didn't have scripts, we didn't have the best editors and stuff like that, so we had to dig into our own little bag of tricks and make it work for ourselves. Most of these movies were shot on set in the inner cities, very simple plots, and we used genres that we were used to growing up. A lot of pimps, a lot of karate, a lot of fighting, a lot of jive talking, and that's where blaxploitation movies really were. Now, some of these movies now are looked upon as classics. Superfly, Car Wash, and of course, Shaft, probably one of the most popular ones of all time. Way before the days of Ryan Coogler, Jordan Peele, Spike Lee, John Singleton. Now, in Penitentiary 2, your protagonist gets out of prison. He's free. His parole is to get a job and live a clean life. He moves in with his sister. He reunites with his love from part 1. And he's trying to walk a straight and narrow path. And the antagonist in this movie is following him around town, still bitter about what happened before, and wants to bring him back into the mix and want to kill him. And in these movies, no one shot each other. It was all about, I'ma cut ya, I'ma stick ya, you jive turkey, I'ma cut your throat, brother. Yeah, I'ma get up in you and stab you right here. I kid you not. A lot of overacting. Every antagonist in this movie showed all their teeth and their eyes were big. Yeah, jive sucker, I'ma cut you, brother. You don't stand a chance, man. Me and my boys, we coming for ya. We gonna take over this town, my man. You dead meat. And I'm not overacting enough. It's very exaggerated. But it makes for good comedy. And we didn't have a lot of money for stuntmen. So a lot of these stunts in these movies were done by the actors themselves. It is hilarious. And on a serious note, in the 70s, it was a different time. So the way we looked upon women back then, totally not acceptable now. So when you watch these movies, they're tongue-in-cheek, and the respect factor of women was really, really low. I have to warn you in advance. But take it as tongue-in-cheek, laugh about it now, because it's way back in the past. You know, things have changed and things have moved on. So please. Some of the material can be a little offensive, just to give you a fair warning. But make a long story short, he gets drawn back into boxing. His former trainer finds a new guy for him. And Mr. T is in this movie. And Mr. T plays himself, Mr. T. Look at the end credits. Mr. T played by Mr. T. Kid you not. This movie came out right before Rocky 3. As you know, Mr. T was in that as well. So Mr. T trains the guy. It's funny. Mr. T looks like a genie throughout the whole movie. And he walks around with a genie lamp and he rubs it and purple smoke comes out or gold smoke comes out. I can't make this stuff up. As they're fighting in the auditorium where they're fighting at, in the audience, there's a guy playing a saxophone and another guy playing the drums, and it goes along with the score. I'm not making this up. There's a midget in prison gambling with dice to win money to go buy a hooker. I kid you not. I can't make this up. These movies are absolutely hilarious, tongue and cheek. Trust me. But make a long story short, you know what happens. It's a knockoff of Rocky 2. And the guy wins, eventually becomes the world champion, and he's a phenomenon after that. So check it out. This movie is free. It's on YouTube. When you're done watching this video, just click over, type in Penitentiary 2, and you can watch it for yourself. It's like an hour and 43 minutes. And it's very, very entertaining. I'm not going to say enjoyable. I'm not going to say good, but it's definitely entertaining. And that's my point of view. Oh, on a side note, the villain in this movie, the guy that overacts, showing all his teeth, and also his eyes are bucked out big, is played by Ernie Hudson. Yes, the black guy from Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Yeah, I would never look at that guy the same. You jive turkey.